Hello, everybody. I'm back uh, with an amazing question from uh, water quality from environmental engineering. And this question basically belongs to pH determination. First of all, I would like to wish you all a very happy बसंत पंचमी. आप सभी को सरस्वती पूजा की ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं और may माँ सरस्वती bless us all with knowledge and wisdom, and we keep on learning new and new things, and we keep on progressing with the passage of the time in our respective lives. Okay, so let's discuss this amazing question. So the question says, there are two samples which are S1 and S2. Those samples are S1 and S2, and they are having the pH 5.6 and 8.3 respectively. दो सैम्पल्स हैं, एक सैम्पल S1 है जिसका pH है 5.6, let it be pH1, और एक सैम्पल S2 है जिसका pH है 8.3, let it be pH2. Then they are saying that the samples are mixed thoroughly to obtain a new sample S3. ये कह रहे हैं कि उन दोनों samples S1 और S2 को आपस में mix करते हैं और एक नया sample produce होता है, that is S3. Then they have given the volume of the samples. Sample S1 यानी कि sample number 1 और sample number 2 की जो volume है, that is 400 ml and 500 ml respectively. Then they are saying that obtained sample S3, ये बोल रहे हैं कि जो ऑप्टेन सैम्पल S3 है उसको मिक्स किया गया एक एलिक्योट. एलिक्योट इज बेसिकली अ स्मॉल सैम्पल दैट इज ऑप्टेन फ्रॉम द फ्लोइंग रिवर वाटर एट अ पर्टिकुलर डेप्थ, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज एन एलिक्योट. So that sample which is obtained from the river water, that is having a pH 10.2, the river water that is having a pH of 10.2, slightly alkaline, and it is having a volume that is 750 ml. जो सैम्पल हम ऑप्टेन कर रहे हैं ना, उस पर्टिकुलर सैम्पल का जो pH है वो 10.2 है, दैट इज द एलिकोट सैम्पल, लेट बी कैपिटल ए, और उसका जो वॉल्यूम हम लोग ऑप्टेन कर रहे हैं दैट इज 750 ml. बोल रहा है कि टेल द फाइनल pH ऑफ द मिक्सचर अज्यूमिंग लीनियर वेरिएशन ऑफ OH माइनस आयन कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. बोल रहा है कि इफ देयर इज अ लीनियर वेरिएशन ऑफ OH माइनस आयन कॉन्सेंट्रेशन देन वी हैव टू प्रेडिक्ट द फाइनल pH ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर सोल्यूशन सो ऑब्टेन्ड. ये डायग्रामेटिक स्केच है जो मैंने आपके लिए फॉर द ईज ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग मैंने ड्रॉ किया है. सो यू कैन रेफर टू दिस पर्टिकुलर फिगर. यहाँ पर हमारे पास सैम्पल नंबर 1 है, दैट इज S1 जिसका pH है 5.6 एंड वॉल्यूम इज 400 ml. एक और सैम्पल है सैम्पल नंबर 2 जिसका pH है 8.3 एंड वॉल्यूम इज 500 ml. दोनों को मिक्स किया गया, एक नया सैम्पल प्रोड्यूस हो, दैट इज बेसिकली सैम्पल 3. तो ऑब्वियसली अगर हम इन दोनों को मिक्स करेंगे तो जो सैम्पल 3 का वॉल्यूम होगा दैट विल बी इक्वल टू 400 प्लस 500 ml, दैट इज 900 ml. Is it clear? Okay, so V3 is V1 plus V2, that is 900 ml. pH3 of the mixture is not known to us, that is unknown, but we are not but we don't have to find this particular pH3, although while calculating the pH of the final sample we need this particular pH, but our main target is this one, pH4. Then they are saying there is a flowing water, flowing river. Okay, मतलब किसी channel, कोई natural channel है, तो उसका जो pH इन्होंने दे रखा है, the pH they have given as 10.2. this is the pH of the river. So pH of the river water is 10.2. A small sample is collected from this particular river that is having a volume 750 ml का sample हम लोग collect कर रहे हैं, उसका भी pH कितना होगा, obviously that will be 10.2 only. Then they are saying that this particular sample S3 and this aliquot, they are mixed together. इन दोनों को आपस में फिर से मिक्स कर रहे हैं, मतलब एक साइकिल चल रही है. पहले S1 S2 को लिया, उनको मिक्स किया, S3 बना, फिर S3 सैम्पल नंबर 3 को मिक्स करें एलिकोट के साथ, और क्या बन रहा है, S4. और ये जो फाइनल सैम्पल बन रहा है, दे आर आस्किंग द pH वैल्यू ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर सैम्पल नंबर 4. एंड येस, अगर इसका वॉल्यूम 900 ml है, इसका 750 ml है, तो इसका जो फाइनल वॉल्यूम होगा दैट विल बी इक्वल्स टू 900 प्लस 750. दिस इज नन अदर देन 1650 ml. And then we have to compute the value of the pH of the sample thus obtained by mixing S3 and this aliquot. Clear? ये हमारा क्वेश्चन है, तो स्टार्ट करते हैं. तो सबसे पहला स्टेप तो आप ये करो कि सबसे पहले आप कैलकुलेट कर लो व्हाट विल द pH ऑफ द मिक्सचर दैट इज ऑब्टेन्ड बाय मिक्सिंग 1 and 2, दैट इज द pH ऑफ द सैंपल नंबर 3. तो आपको पता है, हाँ, एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेटमेंट इस क्वेश्चन में दे रखी है, दैट वी हैव टू अज्यूम दिस लीनियर वेरिएशन ऑफ OH माइनस आयन कंसंट्रेशन. यू कैन सी दिस स्टेटमेंट, टेल द फाइनल pH ऑफ द मिक्सचर अज्यूमिंग दैट OH माइनस आयन कंसंट्रेशन varies linearly. So if we say that OH minus ion concentration varies linearly, then we can say that we can write the pH of the final mixture in terms of OH minus ions. Solution, firstly we need to determine the pH of that particular final sample number 3, assuming there is linear variation of the OH minus ion concentration. So what we can say that pH of the sample number 3 is equal to this is basically equals to OH minus of the sample number 1 into V1 plus OH minus of the sample number 2 into V2 whole divided by total volume of the sample 3, that is V1 plus V2. Now guys, in the question it has clearly been given the pH values. Okay, so we need to compute firstly OH minus ion concentration of both the samples. So how I'll do that? So firstly, अगर आपको pH दे रखा है तो आपको पता है pH से आप POH निकाल सकते हो. POH that is equal to 14 minus pH. So we can say that POH of the sample number 1 is equal to 14 minus pH of 1, और sample 1 का pH कितना है, that is 5.6. So 14 minus 5.6. So 14 minus 5.6, this is basically equals to 1064, and this is 13.5, 8.4. So we can say that the POH of the sample number 1 is 8.4. Similarly, the POH of the sample number 2 is equal to 14 minus pH of the sample 2. pH of the sample 2 is 8.3. So this is equal to 8.3. So this is equal to 7 and 5.7. Okay. So ये POH निकल गए. अब you know that OH minus concentration कैसे निकालेंगे? So what is POH? POH is basically minus log, that is the Bragg's log, base 10 of OH minus. This is the formula for POH. So I can say that from here OH minus concentration is equal to 10 raised to power minus POH. Okay, so this is the OH minus concentration, 10 raised to power minus POH. Now this is 10 raised to power minus 8.4, so this will become 10 raised to power minus 8.4. Similarly, OH minus concentration for the sample number 2 is equal to 10 raised to power minus POH2, that is 5.7. Clear? Now we will calculate the value of pH3. So pH3. Now we have to calculate the value of pH3. Actually, this is not pH3. Sorry, my mistake. This should be OH minus of the sample number 3, because we have substituted here OH minus, so concentration will come. So this is OH minus of the sample number 3. So OH minus of the sample number. So this should be OH minus of the sample number 3, that is equal to OH minus of the sample number 1. This is 10 raised to power minus 8.4. Volume of the sample number 1, this is 400 ml. So 10 raised to power minus 8.4 into 400 plus 10 raised to power minus 5.7, that is the OH minus concentration of sample 2, into volume of sample 2, this is 500 ml, and the total volume is 500 plus 400, that is 900. Clear? So 0 0 0 0 and 0 0 gets cancelled out. Now let's use our 𝗘𝐶 to calculate this particular sum. So this is 10 raised to power minus of 8.4 into 4 plus 10 raised to power minus of 5.7. Better we should put a bracket here. 10 raised to power minus of 5.7 into 5 divided by 9. So it's coming out to be, if I'm not wrong, it is coming out to be 1. You can see the result here, 1.11 into 10 raised to power 2 to 4 to 6, 10 raised to power minus 6. So this is the OH minus concentration, and this value is in moles per liter. Okay, so this is the OH minus concentration, 1.11 into 10 raised to power minus 6. Fine. Similarly, if OH minus is of the sample number 3 is known to us, so we can calculate the pH of the sample number 3 and POH of the sample number 3, but that is not required to us, because when we are mixing that sample number 3 with the aliquot sample, then we again require the OH minus concentration of both the samples only to find the POH or the pH of the final mixture. So this is enough, no need to calculate that pH3. But if you wish, then you can calculate, like OH minus is there, so POH is equal to this is equal to minus of log of OH minus of sample number 3. You put here minus log of 1.11 into 10 raised to power minus 6. So this will become minus minus plus 6 minus of log of 1.11. So this approximately you will get this is equal to 5.95. So this is POH. So pH is equal to 14 minus POH. So you will get that particular value of pH 14 minus POH. This is 14 minus 5.95, 8.05. But this is not required. This calculation is not needed. We require this value only. Okay. Now we will further proceed. So this particular sample is made with the aliquot sample. You can see here, this is having now OH minus is determined of this particular sample. They are mixing these two together to obtain the final sample S4. So what we'll write? We will write that OH minus concentration of the final sample 4 is equal to OH minus of the sample number 3 into volume 3 plus OH minus concentration of the aliquot into volume number volume of the aliquot divided by V3 plus VA. Now, what is the OH minus concentration of the aliquot? So you are having that pH value of the aliquot sample is 10.2. So from there you can calculate the volume easily. Yeah, so you can calculate that particular volume. So what will say, aliquot के लिए हमें pH की value दे रखी है 10.2. So what is POH? This is equal to 14 minus 10.2. So this is equal to 8, I think 3.8. Yeah. So what is the OH minus concentration of the aliquot? This is equal to minus of log of, sorry, not log of, this is 10 raised to power minus of POH, so 10 raised to power minus 3.8 moles per liter. Okay. So what I can say that this is all known to us, so we can say that OH minus of the final sample number 4 is OH minus of sample 3 into volume 3 plus OH minus of the sample 4, not sample 4, this is aliquot, this is 4 but this is aliquot, into volume of the aliquot divided by V3 plus Va. So OS minus of the sample number 3 we have calculated, this is how much, okay, we have calculated here only. So OS minus of the sample number 3 is 1.1 into 10 raised to power minus 6. So this is 1.11 into 10 raised to power minus 6 into 900, and this one is 10 raised to power minus 3 pointed. The volume of the aliquot sample is, this is given 750, and what will be the final volume? This is 750 plus 900, that is 1650. Friends, we have got the OH minus concentration of the sample number 4 as 7.26 into 10 raised to power minus 5 moles per liter. So what is POH? This is equal to minus of log of this value, 7.26 into 10 raised to power minus 5. This is equal to 5 minus of log of 7.26, and this is coming out to be 5 minus log of 7.26. This is 4.139. 4.139. So what is pH? This is 14 minus 4.139, and this value pH of the final sample जो भी आएगा, this will be the answer, and this is 14 minus 4.139, this is 9.861. So this is the pH, final pH of the sample number 4. So इसका जो final pH होगा, that is pH number 4, that is basically equals to that we have calculated 9.86. So that is 9.86 is our answer. Okay, so I hope you like this amazing question that has been framed by me only, and this is an easy one, and just we have to repeat the process again and again, iterative kind of thing. So thank you for watching my video, and stay tuned and do your best. Bye bye.